Good evening, and welcome back to Mage Quest. I'm Modpack. Last episode, we were trying to make ourselves a new wand, but didn't quite get there. It took a little bit too much alchemy that we'd have to do by hand. So this time around, on this episode, what we're going to be doing is making a Thaumatorium, which will help us do some automated alchemy, and it should be a little bit easier. At least I think it will be. So let's get going. Alright, so as I mentioned, last time we were working on that silverwood wand with the thumium caps, and we got as far as making inert thumium caps, but we need to actually make these a little bit better using infusion, but it's going to require quite a bit of Salus Mundus, if I remember correctly, and that's why we decided to hold off till this episode to do that, because we're going to need to set up an automated way of doing alchemy. Last time we were using the crucible, and that's just fine, but it makes a huge mess. First of all, it creates a lot of flux. If you use too much of the wrong item in it, it'll create a bunch of flux. So for instance, we were throwing in all of this, what were we using? We were using the shards, weren't we? Yeah, that's what we were doing. We were throwing shards in there, and shards have a lot more stuff than what we need. So it created all this extra, I think it's vitreous, is that extra element there, that extra aspect? Let's take a look here quick. So it was creating too much of that vitreous, I think it was. Yeah, vitreous. And it was creating a lot of that, and it was causing a bunch of flux to pour over from the crucible once we took it out, or it would just boil over and just make a huge mess. So there's actually much better ways of handling alchemy in Thaumcraft, and we're going to do that using the alchemical constructs here to make a new item using the crucible here called the Thaumatorium. So I should probably mention that I did a little bit of remodeling to the base here. You'll notice there's some nice chandeliers I made here using the carpenter's blocks. I think it looks kind of cool. I made a nice central chandelier here, and most importantly, I got rid of the staircase. You remember last episode I mentioned that staircases take up a lot of room, and there's lots better ways of getting around as far as floor to floor here. One of those best ways is the arcane levitator. Now this is a Thaumcraft item, and basically it works like an elevator. You step onto it, and it goes all the way up like that. Now this is from Thaumcraft. You can do other things from other mods, but not in this pack, obviously. Open blocks elevators are great, but this is kind of cool because unlike open blocks elevators, this works for items, it works for mobs, it works for anything. So I could transport items from one floor to the next just by throwing them in there. So if I created a way to get items in there, if I was doing mining or something like that and wanted to send stuff up to a hopper or something, that could work. So what it did here is basically this is the second floor now. I took out the staircase, obviously, so there's a lot more room to work here. This will be my essential library, basically is what I'm calling it. I have all the different kinds of essentia here and my distillation processes, and this is where we'll also do the alchemy up here. I made a cool little balcony over here. It's not quite done yet, but we can overlook. I have a sheep farm starting up there, catching a few of them as I see them. And yeah, this is kind of cool. I think it'll be a neat place, and I can actually launch myself off of here if I want to, and take to the skies. Oh, to make it, okay, good. Whew. I did a little bit of work balancing out the infusion altar up there, so that this is where the infusion altar is on the second floor, or third floor here. So basically I have two elevators here. I have this one for the first floor. You can head up to the second floor by going up to here. And then I have this other one over here, which is the express elevator, which basically goes all the way up to the top. And oh, it's snowing out, of course. So this is our infusion altar once again. It's still set up in the same configuration as before. I did a little bit of work cleaning up, because you remember there was a lot of just stuff littered about, all the crystals were littered about. But now that I have the cool floor here, oops, went too far. That's one of the problems with this. I can have a little more, hopefully we'll just fill this whole thing up with crystals to really make it really stable in the future here. And these skeleton skulls also do the same effect of making it more stable. So pretty cool. I like the setup so far. Why is it so, is it raining? Oh, it's raining. Okay, let's go to sleep here. And then we'll wake up, and then it won't be raining anymore the next day here, and we'll start our distillation of alchemy using Thaumcraft. Alright, so I did a little bit of work, making the things we'll need, some of the things we'll need at least. You'll see I already got the alchemical constructs. I have the crucible here. We have 3 arcane Amulets. We have the arcane alchemical furnace here. I'll need some essentia valves. I'll need essentia tubes. And we'll use this essentia buffer later, not just yet. Anyway, so let's grab also a warded jar. I only have one of these. Let's make another couple of those. I think what I'll need for that is, let's see here quick. What do we need for a warded jar? We need aqua and slabs and glass panes. That's not too bad, actually. So do we have any glass panes? I did a little bit of organizing here. I can make some more glass panes like this. Glass is one thing I need more of, a lot of. But I think there's some things in Botania we can do to actually make sand for ourselves. So we don't have to keep going to a desert or find a desert or anything like that. We can just make sand from scratch. And water, I believe, is what we use in Botania. So that'll be cool to check out once we get around to that. Let's throw this stuff back in here. And put this back over here. So we'll get a couple more of these warded jars here. We'll need a ton of these, actually. But this is all I can do for right now because we don't have a lot of glass at the moment. But that'll be enough to get started here. So let's go upstairs here. And did I grab my valves? I got everything I need, I think. Why do I have this? Oh, yeah. That's right. I took my armor off. So we can do the intro, of course, because you like to see my beautiful avatar here. And let's set up the alchemical furnace first. We'll set this up first. And this will be where we actually distill the essentia. And I think I'm going to put it over here. And we can put up to 5 of these on there. So we can do some really complex things. But basically, I don't know if I really took some time to explain this, but what this does is breaks down items into their component aspects. So this one, it breaks it into those two. This will break it into those two. This will be just Lux. This will just be Terra. So it melts it down and basically pours it into these essentia Almabecs here. And then let's actually get going with some stuff here. So that's how we got all this stuff before using this furnace here. But now we have the means to actually do something with that. So before we were just using this essentia for the infusion altar, but we can also use it for crafting. And we can actually set this little bad boy up like this and pop 2 of these on there. And I think we just hit it with a wand and it should make it go. My wand is downstairs, of course, I think. Yes, it is in the table still. So we'll grab our wand. I think I just need to tap it with a wand and that should get it going. Hopefully I don't need any extra essentia or anything like that. Awesome, cool. So we got the alchemical construct. And I believe, well, this is not the alchemical construct. That's what these 3 pieces are called. But basically this is called the Thaumatorium, what it's actually called. So what we do here, this is used for making anything you see in this alchemy station here, anything that requires alchemy, you can do with it. The main thing I want to do with it though, is turn gold into more gold. So this gold purification, these native clusters, basically when you smelt them, they're worth 2 ore. This is the only way I really know of ore doubling in the game right now. Because this doesn't have any tech mods or anything like that in it. So we have to use whatever means we have available, which is native ore clusters. Now, what these require is ordo and metallum inside of a crucible. And then we throw in gold ore or gold gravel ore because I do have Tinker's Construct installed now. I haven't been using it for much besides just the extra ores that pop up and the bushes and that kind of thing so I can grow ores easily. But it shouldn't be too tough. Metallum is pretty common. So for instance, we could actually just take some iron. And iron contains 4 metallum. So let's say 4 metallum, and this will let us do 4 ingots then. We'll do all 10 of these to make native ore clusters here. So let's go back up. And we'll throw these into here. Not here, we'll throw these into here. So this will make us some metallum, and we need a way of cooking it. So I need some coal. Oh, I didn't show the basement yet. So I did work on the basement a little bit here too. I don't have elevators going down to the basement though. I just have stairs for this, of course. But I have my nice enchanting area over here. I have my automated, this is my automated system for cooking things. So we have some more iron in there, and these fill up, basically I put coal, oops, not that, no, don't cook that. I put coal inside of these 2 barrels here. It does a hopper into the furnace here then, and then I put anything I want to smelt into here, and it cooks it down into the old furnaces here. Then has another couple hoppers here to cook out. This is a pretty common, I think, automated system here. And then down here, I have my collection of bushes. Basically, I've only been collecting gold bushes and essence berry bushes, because these are great for helping your enchanting along. And I don't feel too bad about this, because I mean, we could set up a mob farm and that kind of thing that could get lots of extra levels. But this is a little more convenient. And then this is how I've been getting a couple more gold nuggets. I've been getting those off of there occasionally. I haven't found too many of them yet, but throw them in there and it'll smelt up into a gold nugget. That's not too bad. And then I have my mine down here, which I set up. Man, okay, so each one of these arcane levitators can do about 10 blocks, I believe. So it took about 5 arcane levitators to get all the way up there, but I did finally get it. I think I actually want to put a few more down here because it's a very narrow path. If I fall off of it, I start falling, and that's no fun. A little scary, actually. So I think I'm gonna put a few more as like a place where I can just jump and they'll levitate me without dying, is the idea there. But it's pretty fast. It's faster than stairs would be anyways. So I kind of like that. Anyways, let's get back to the task at hand here and get back upstairs. Oops, this is no longer stairs. It looks like stairs because it is made using stairs, of course, but we'll use the elevators. That makes more sense to me. Okay, so now we should have something done here. Oh, we didn't put any coal in there. That's right. The whole point of this thing was that I was going down to get coal. And I totally forgot my reason for going down there after I was showing things off. So let's grab a stack of coal here. We can actually use alumentum in there as well. We don't have a lot of it yet. We only have 2. But alumentum will make it go even faster to cook things in this. But it doesn't take too long either way. So what we'll do is throw some coal in there, and it'll start cooking up this iron into metallum. And for right now, I don't really need to use any essentia tubes or anything like that because we're not doing too much automated stuff here, but we can down the road. But the easiest method for getting essentia out of this is just to right-click it with a jar, I think. It'll slowly go. So each one of these was worth 4, so that should be 20. Right, because we threw 5 ingots in there, so it should get to 20. I'll let it fill up all the way. The other thing we'll need is ordo for our little infusion that we're going to be doing here. So we'll need ordo, and the only way to get that... The problem is, ordo is kind of a rare thing, to be honest with you. Let's take a look here quick. What contains ordo? We could use ordo shards, of course. We could use silver wood. We could take our arcane almabeks and throw them back in there, apparently. We can use essentia valves. We can use the thumium caps or the silverwood wands. Not too many good resources besides the silverwood. There's nothing replenishable there. So actually what we'll do is we'll use a little bit of silverwood right now, if I have some sitting around still. I'm sure I do someplace. Where would I have put that? Over here? There's a couple. So we'll use, let's see, how much is in this? It's 1 a piece, so we'll need to put like 20 in there, I think, to get 20. And let's make sure that's the right amount. So this is nice because it doesn't require any waste. We can use the right amount. So it's 20. If we want to do 10, we only need 10. So we don't want to waste more than we need right now. I used more metal than we need, but that's fine because it's just a single resource. But this is going to create a few different things because it has the tree one, whatever the tree one is, and Precantia, which is the magic one, and then also the ordo that we're after. So we're only really after the ordo here. So the easiest way to use these right now, I think, is just to click them with right-click it with a worded jar, and that'll fill up with the essentia. That's probably the easiest way for right now. We can set up pipes and that kind of thing, so we could do a lot of things at once if we're doing stuff we wanted to like leave it and come back to it and check it out later. That kind of thing. So we could set this up with an automated process, but for right now, for our purposes for the moment, this will work just fine. So there's the 10. And now we'll pull that out, and oh, we have 1 ordo in here too. All right, so actually I'm going to show you something here. What we need is a jar label. So if you get two jars that have the same thing in them, you want to kind of combine them down. You need a little process to do that, and it involves jar labels. What does a jar label actually cost? Jar labels are paper, ink sacs, and slime balls. Do I have many slime balls? I have 3. Ink sacs. Ugh, that's one thing I don't think I have any of. So let's go on a little bit of a walk out here. There should be some squids over here, though. We can just murder a couple. There's usually some over here in the swamp. All right, so the sun is setting on our little operation here, but we have everything we need now. So we need ink, slime balls, and we'll need some paper. That's right, paper is downstairs. And do I have any in here still? I used to keep some in there for doing research, but at the very least, I think I have some sugar canes. Yeah, perfect. So we'll make some sugar canes into paper. That should be good, and then we'll make it into some jar labels. There we go, we've got 12 of them. That's actually a lot. We used up all our slime balls, but that's okay, we'll get more back. And so what we can do is if we use an essentia pipe, this is the simplest machine I've ever come up with, is put 2 essentia pipes together and then put the, so if you put 2 jars together on essentia pipes, Thaumcraft uses a system called suction, basically. And so because these 2 jars have equal suction, nothing's happening. But if you add a jar label to one of them, the suction actually increases on one just by a little bit, like 1, I think even. And it goes from the unlabeled one into the labeled one. Now, if I put a label on both, nothing would happen. But if I take the label off of this one and throw it on this one, just like this, there we go. Oh, now it's going back over. Oh, it's going back over because, here, go like this. It wouldn't let me label it for some reason. Sometimes it gets a little glitchy, especially when you put things in like that. So yeah, draw it back and forth, just super easy. This is how I condense down jars into each other. Just use labels and just label the ones you want to keep, and then in extra ones, you can just easily transfer them. So that's pretty cool. I should probably set up a chest down here for jars and that kind of thing. All right, so we have our Ordo. We have our Metalum. So let's set these up over here. And we'll put one here. We'll put one here. And then what we need to do is we'll take the item. Basically for the Thaumatorium, all you need to do is put the item that you want to create into here. It tells you the aspects you need. And you tell it basically if there's multiple recipes that can be made from that particular item. It'll tell you there's a couple ones there. But basically just click the button and then click that. The next thing I want to do here is create some shutoffs. So we'll put those on there like that. Not quite like that though. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. These are kind of tough to get ordered how you want them to be. There, that'll work. Sometimes. Like, it points the valve towards you. So it kind of, you want the valve on the side, you have to like come at it differently. You can't just lay it on top. I don't think there's a way to actually move it once you've laid it down. So then we'll come up the top like this, and we'll go bam, 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 and then it should draw in the essentia, just like that. Unless it's supposed to connect to the bottom one here. It might actually connect to the bottom now that I'm thinking about it. So let's pull these off and try the bottom one here. Now these valves are open, so as soon as we connected it should start going. Ah, there it is. The crucible that forms the base does not require water, but a heat source is still needed. So we do need to actually screw up our system here just a little bit. Let's actually move it up a little bit then. Because we'll have to do a heat source on here as well. So we'll change the way we're doing this exactly. We'll go, we'll put in a netherrack block right there. I have a netherrack block. I don't. Will nether brick stay lit, I wonder? I think it might. Take a look here quick. I think it does stay lit. So we'll put netherrack right here, and then we'll light it on fire. I think netherrack blocks will work. Nether brick will work. Let's see. Let's find out. It doesn't seem to be going out. It's a little tough to say. We'll find out. So we'll take this up here. And it's going to be a little bit unsafe right now. Maybe we'll think of a better way of doing this here in the future. But, and then we'll go... Well, let's put this here quick. And then we'll put this here. Then we'll take these out. Oh, it went out. Okay, so we do need another rack there. Okay, so we're going to have to take a little trip to the nether really quick so we can finish this project up. So we'll put the netherrack down over here. And then we'll put this on fire. And then we put the two alchemical constructs on top of that. I can actually jump that high. And let's go, bam. Why are you not working? Oh, we need 30 of each. How much should I have? I need 30 Ordo, 30 Aqua, and 15 Fire. All right, that's the problem. All right, so I'm gonna go find that stuff here. I need a few more Ordo and a few more Aqua, and then I'll be right back to actually set this thing up here. All right, so our wand has everything we need in it now. We should be able to head upstairs here and make this thing work, finally. All right, so let's first of all make this go. And that did take 30. Wow, it took all that. Okay, so now that we have a heat source, or we used to anyways, put the heat source back underneath here. Like I said, it's a little unsafe, so we'll make this more secure here in the future. What happened to my lighter? There it is. There we go. And now it requires a heat source, so that's good. Doesn't require water, as it said. And now we can actually do the whole valve setup we were doing before. So let's put the valves on here. And we want to go like this again. So the valves are set up how I like them. And we won't, we can't burn ourselves, so it actually is kind of safe. But it doesn't look great. We'll set up, we'll make this look better in the future here. Then we put in the essentia tubes through here. And I think, again, it connects to the bottom. I'm not sure. And let's see. Where's the top? Oh, that's because it doesn't have any gold in it. That's right. So we make that go. And I don't know which one it is, if it's the top or the bottom, but it's going now. So there you go. As you see, it's drawing out the essence, the essentia, and it just plops those out in front of it here. And let's turn these off for a second here. So it stops doing that. We can actually throw up a chest right in front there, and it'll throw everything into the chest then, and we'll make a big mess for ourselves. Let's grab a chest for it. And I think I have a chest in here. I do. All right, so that's great. We can double our gold now, which is super important because gold is such a good resource for everything we need to do with Thaumcraft and everything we need to do with blood magic. We need a lot of gold for both of them. So having this native ore clusters now is going to be huge. And this doesn't take a very long process. And now we have it set up, we can just do this all the time. And it just goes and goes and goes until it's done. Just like that. And now we have 10 into 20. And now that we have 20, we'll be able to do a lot more stuff. So, like I was saying before, blood magic requires a lot of gold. We need to start making some better runes for ourselves, but each of them that I was going to make required some gold. So next episode, we should be able to do some more with blood magic, I think. And let's throw these native ore clusters into here, and they'll start up in the process of getting separated out. And they'll should double up then. Let's go see how the progress is going with that. Let it happen, just to make sure it works. Very cool. 2 gold from 1 gold ore. Awesome. So, ore doubling with magic. Pretty great. We'll head back up here, and that should be good now. There's lots more things we can do with this, though. As I mentioned last time, we need to make the better wand that we started last episode. And for that, we need lots of Salus Mundus. And for that Salus Mundus, we need quite a complex recipe, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look here quick. Let's see. Salus Mundus was underneath. I think we can find it from going through here. So we'll go to the Thumium Wand and click for research. So we need balanced shards. And balanced shards are 2 aqua, 2 air, 2 ordo, 2 of everything, and then any kind of shard is the catalyst. So now that we have that, we can actually hook this back up to our machine here. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do a little bit of a thing as far as getting this with multiple sources. It's not going to be too easy, actually. It won't be an automated process for this, I think. But we'll see what happens here. So I'm going to take a little break here. I'm going to get this set up to do our next alchemy thing we want to do here. All right, so one important thing that we'll also want to make in order to really complete our whole Thaumatorium up here is the Alchemical centrifuge. I think I have everything set up to make it right here. Hopefully we have enough is to do it. We do. Okay, so the Alchemical centrifuge is a really cool tool for this whole process here. Basically, what we can do is we'll pop it like right here, and then we'll put down an essentia tube from that, and basically, then this will come off, and we'll put on a essentia buffer. So basically, what this does is it sucks out any kind of essentia. We're going to use vitreous here because there's not much use for this, to be honest with you, but we can break it down using the centrifuge here. So we'll put that on there, and as you can see, the centrifuge is going to start spinning. As you can see, now it has 1 tera in there. And basically, we can pump that tera out into our normal jars or wherever we want to put it. And then we can use it for crafting and that kind of thing. But as you can see, the centrifuge only holds 1 type of thing. So if we put this buffer on top of it, the buffer is going to be able to hold more. So the centrifuge will just keep going and going and going. And now you can see we're getting ordo and tera from this. And then if we take our little things coming off of that, and we can actually hook up our... where do we have a tera one already? No, we don't. So what we'll do is put up a new warded jar here, and this will fill in with ordo, and the other one will fill in with tera. And this will just keep going and going. It'll drain all this vitreous, which you can't really do anything with anyways. It's kind of just a byproduct of the whole process here. And we'll get some ordo, and we'll get some tera. Very cool. So my system here kind of works like, basically you just turn the valve on for what you want to drain out. You can only do 1 at a time, because basically the suction will only work for 1 thing at a time here. If you wanted to put another one on there, you got to make sure this is cleared. So you have to close it and then wait for it to smoke. And it'll smoke the color of the essentia that is being cleared out. And then you can open up another one to drain out the next thing. There's nothing else in there for the moment, though. So let's put this in there and start this cooking up. And this will have 3 aspects to it. So there'll be 3 things in here. We'll take this bad boy out and put in the air again. And so, yeah, if we wanted to take out the water, for instance, we'd put the water one underneath here. And then wait for some water to fill up in here. And so if we open the water one up, it'll only drain out this bottom one here. But if I open up this one, it won't work. Everything will stop. It'll kind of gum up the works. So you need to make sure you only open 1 at a time, obviously, but this is a little bit faster to do it this way. And then as soon as you close it, wait for it to do this little depressurization that happens. And once that finishes up, you know it's clear, you can actually move on to the next one then. So now it's going to drain out just the air now, or it should anyways. All right, let's close it off again. Sometimes if it's not working, you just got to close it off, let it repressurize here. There might be some essentia trapped inside of there, so I'm going to open the water again here and maybe suck out anything that might be stuck. Once it's clear, and actually you won't be able to tell it's fully clear until this little bar buffers out. It's still filling up with the water, as we can see right now. So there's probably still stuff stuck in the tubes. There is an item you can make that'll help you read those, and I think it's underneath this one. Oh, where is it? This one? This one, yes. The essentia resonator. This will tell you what the tubes are each tuned to, which has the suction going on right now. But for my purposes, I don't really need that right now. So each one of these Amulets can only hold 32. Something else to keep in mind. So you have to make sure you keep an eye on it. You can't be doing it constantly. Now that we do this, it should start. Yes, it started going. So you can see the colored change there. The water was no longer pumping through, so the air was able to go in. As I said, it can only hold one thing at a time, so that's important to remember. Anyways, I'm going to keep going on this, and I'll be back in one moment. All right, so I think I'm all set up here with my new Thaumatorium to make balanced shards. Took a little bit of doing. I had to make a lot of these valves here. And the big problem is it can't do more than one essence in a tube at a time, as I mentioned. The essentia tubes can only hold one type of essence, so that's why I had the need for all the valves here. We kind of basically have to run around turning everything on and off. I need one more valve right here, actually. And another tube right there. Okay. So this should work here. I did a little practice one here. I didn't use this setup before, though, yet. So all we need to do is throw in the shards that we want up here, click the thing, and then we have to go around turning things on. Oops, not with that in our hand, though. So turn this one on, and it'll do air, turn on water. Oh, it actually did water already. Now it needs fire. So fire is the next one here. It might work. Nope, it needs this one off first. Now it should work. All right, so it seems like the pipe is full. We'll close it off here. Wait a second here. And go. Oh, boy. All right, so what we'll do is I'll break these two pipes and then put them back on, and then it should work. Yeah, that works. So now it's got the fire, and now it wants the ordo. So we gotta make sure, basically we gotta make sure we're turning these off as we go. I think that's the key here for this to go smoothly. So next we need ordo. And then next it wants the earth era. And then that should be good. We got two of them already, cool. So we're just gonna have to basically just go around. It's gonna be a little bit tedious process here. We'll go around, keep turning them on and off as it needs stuff here. You can see what it needs based on that up there. It says 0 water. We'll turn on water next. Fire next. Having these two next to each other, I think, is the only problem that we've encountered so far. Because one seems to lock out the other. All right, so I'm going to keep going on this here. It's going to be a tedious process, as I mentioned, but I'll get it done here, and then we'll finally do our infusion. All right, it took a lot of doing to get to this point, but we're finally ready to do our infusion. We've got all the essentia we need. We've got all the Salus Mundus we need. Hopefully we won't need any more than this. It is a moderately unstable reaction here. It's as balanced as it can be right now, because it's 3 things. But hopefully it'll be good enough. I have enough things underneath that maybe it'll counteract the instability. Let's hope. That needs to go there. Okay, now we just need to clap it with the wand, clap it, tap it with the wand, and here we go. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. Oh god, we're not ready yet. There we go. Now we're ready. Oh man. There we go. Oh, jeez. That was bad. I took a little damage there, as you see. They didn't like that I was just messing with things. And now it looks like it's ready to go, finally. I'm getting a little bit of flux flu from doing that poorly. The second one will do right, though, for sure. Oh! No, 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 no! Okay. Alright, so it did destroy one of our Salus Munduses. Oh boy, well, that sucks. We have one charged thumium cap, and now we're missing a Salus Mundus, which means I have to go through the whole process again of making those things. And man, I really didn't want to have to do that. It was quite bad. But I guess we can do it quick. I'll be right back. I'm just going to get one more of these. Actually, I'll make 2 more of these, just in case we have the exact same problem as last time. Just in case. So, I'll be right back. All right, so I've got the Salus Mundus. I got one extra one just in case something bad happens again. But I'm pretty sure the reason it went badly before is because I didn't have these things down in time. Now that I have them down, it should work. So let's try this one more time with the inert thumium cap. Put it in, see what happens. Let's tap it with the wand. One more time, and hopefully it goes better this time around. Oh, nope, not so good this time. All right, well, that just went up in the air. That's not the worst thing. At least it didn't destroy the item. But, yeah, that'll just float forever. All right, so far, so good. Nope, nothing like that. Knocked another one off. Oh, man, this is not as stable as I thought it would be. There it goes. We did it. Oh, man, we did it. Finally, we got ourselves a new wand. Oh. Man, we gotta get this thing a lot more stable than it is. I don't know, maybe it wasn't as balanced as I thought it was, but yeah, we'll have to find out. Anyways, let's make our wand now. And we can finally have a thumium embossed wand. Ugh. Oh, insufficient V. We just need our good stuff on here. And we did it. Oh, we got 50 of everything. We can make it. This will hold 100 of each. Capacity is 100. Fantastic. So now I have to go around filling this bad boy up. This one is pretty much all but used up now. So we'll throw that one as an heirloom into here. But now we have an awesome wand. So we have 100 capacity on here. That's going to be awesome for crafting here. There's all kinds of cool stuff we can do with it now. I think that's going to do it, though, for this episode. Next episode, we're finally be doing blood magic again, I think. I'll have enough gold now that we have the Thaumatorium set up to double our ores. I should have enough gold to make the runes that we'll need in order to do the next tier of altar. So anyways, I've been Modi. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you found it informative or if you just enjoyed watching it, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you back next time for more. Have a good night.